G'day folks, welcome back to Delboy's Garage. This is episode 2 of Project Side Mount. Going to put one of these on the side of the bike rather than the rear number plate as usual. Now that's the central piece that the plate's going to bolt to or glue to, stick to. That's a little cap which I'm going to curve around the top, and this was the bit last night. This is the old bracket O'Doom that's going to actually bolt it on to the frame. Now I kept the template and I used that as a basic guide. The important thing was not to drill these holes straight out to that side straight away, because where they are in relation to each other was extremely important. So what I did was drill the first one, then a small hole in the second, and then just filed it out. So it's just loads of wrap file, half round file, clamping it down sort of like that, filing through the holes. So there's been about an hour to get that to that. Lots of noise and wicky-wick back and forth, and that's finished. So I just want to show you how that fits on there. I haven't bent it yet, done the 90-degree bend, because I just want to make sure those two holes fit, because that's the crucial bit. I'm just going to put you down on there. So I need both hands. So there you go. Now the idea is that this bolt's kind of in there, washer on first. This is only a mil, so it's not really making any difference in the height or the depth of the nut. I'll still get a full nut quite easily, which is very important obviously. Make sure you get full purchase on your wheel axle. Just wind that in a little bit just to make sure that I'm getting, that's it, that's a nice strong fit. Now there's about probably all around the inside of this flange, there's about probably a mil of space, and I'll just show you in the back there, that's now flush up against the nut, and that means that because that goes over there, that's its flush there, and that itself forms an anchor. So that is a really good strong purchase, a great mount. So I just want to test fit the shock itself. Just got a little top hat thing which goes through, and a bar spacer inside. Set the shock at the right amount. And here we go, and that's it. One fitting item. So what I'm going to do now is refer back to my template and get the plane of that fold exact, and then just fold that in a minute. That's the next job. But that I'm very happy with. That's good. That's going to form the basis. Once that's folded, then I can weld the plate itself to it and start constructing the thing. But trees start with roots. That's the root of the job. That's how it bolts to the bike. That's really important. Okay, let's get stuck into the fold. Okay, pulled to keep the template. I'm going to use it now to make this fold. So just lining the two holes up, and just got to mark where that fold is. So fold that back on itself. Scribe line across. Yeah, there we go. Now the easiest way I can think to fold this is to pop that in there. Excellent. Now that's got a rounded, let's bring it down. It's got quite a rounded edge to it, which is cool because this is only 1 mil, so too sharp an edge with vibration that will crack. So when you've got a milder fold like that, I mean that's a radius of about 6 mil, I guessing looking at it, and I shall just straighten that to 90 in a few seconds. but that's important to make a mild bend in thin sheet. If you make a really sharp bend, you're asking for trouble because it will fracture. If not today, then when it starts vibrating on the Harley, because you know what Harleys are like. Okay, so let's get all this sorted out, get that to exact 90, get it measured up, and I think it might be time to start welding. Okay, first just going to get this this ellipse right. I'm just going to do it by eye. I haven't got a curve to measure it on, so it's just going to go by eye. And I'm just going to clean up some of the corners and edges and get these curves correct while they're all nice and flat. So a little bit of lapping. Time to get the welder set up, start doing some tackage. But just before I do that, I'm just gonna, what I've done now is, forgot to cover it while I was doing it. That's the bend corrected, and as I said, it's a nice mild 6 mil radius so that it doesn't crack, and that now fits nice. I've got the angle right, measured and marked, sort of stood back, gauged it so it's in the middle of that light and sits neatly, and still allows, all importantly, access to the belt tensioning nut. So that's where, as you can see with all Sharpie, that's where I've marked it to be. So I just got to take that now. I'm not going to use any more test fitting tonight, so I've bolted that back up, clip back on, just because I'm going to use the bike for work in the morning. Such is life. When you work on the bike you use every day. Now, here we are. So, what I'm going to do now is get that set up and figure out the smug way of making that good. And I'm thinking some of this wire that I got from the plate rack, just as a bit of beef, just to weld in there to give it some strength. Kind of three-way, and obviously also support. So just a little thinking. I'm kind of doing this as I go really, but the first job is to tack that to there. So now let's set up Sparky. Not very pretty, but it's welded. So check that for penetration. Make sure we got right through. Here you go, pretty much. Just a little line of dots. So that's gone right through, strong as an ox. Not pretty, but I can lap that back. Okay, going to crack on. Put some strength into it, bit of bracing. Measure that angle, get it exact. Crack on. Alright, now I've gone a bit further, got those last ones, here we go again, got those lines all the way around pretty much joined, nice and penetrated, but what I was getting was this was kind of flexing, and when that's on the bike with vibration, you're going to go out the road and you're going to get your plate going dang 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 dang, so it's going to look a bit stupid. So what I've done is a little piece of this wire, which is, I think, probably 3 mil. Where this radius was, I've popped it, literally buried it, you know, tucked it in the radius, nice and neat. You can kind of, you can see it there. It's a bit hot still. And then what I've done, literally, is by super restraint, just welded it in. It's ugly, but I can just lap all that. Just tack, 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 just literally buried it in loads of weld. And that now is so strong, penetrated right through the other side. So it's good and strong. And that now does not move. I think this idea of strengthening with the little bits of wire, I just want to do a few more little triangulations just to get that strength up, so that the thing is a really solid, beefy piece of kit, and I can rely on it not to crack or fall off. Right, let's carry on. I love my jigsaw. Just lap it up because it's going to go on the inside and you won't be able to get to it, so just get the rust off. And first, plug in the lapper. Monkey boy. Lovely to have all my machines and grinders lined up like someone else I know. Yeah, Robbie. You up, buddy? Right. Okay, that's, whoops, off camera. Let's bring you back to base. Okay. The idea of this, I'm going to put a little web in there just for extra triangulation. That should do it. I'm going to grind a little space first, lap some of that down. God damn. That makes it all pretty. That's it, I'll fit it now. Right, let's weld that in. Okay, that's just a way of testing it, see if it's strong enough. So, as you can see, it's come through that side. Sorry, it's rubbish, isn't it? There you go. That little web is going to make it pretty strong, and I can dress that back, and that is, yeah, that is proper tough. And any address, I can always dress that and move it. Any sort of twistage. It's a little tiny bit of warping, but not much. And there's proper, good quality penetration in that weld. As ugly as it might be. So there you go. Press a little brace now, I think. Let's see what happens now. Right, so there it is so far. Now on the back, I've popped a little wire strength bead around the inside, tack, 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 and they've done the frame around the outside of it, which was quite important really, because it was buckling and flexing and bowing, and of course being a Harley bumping along, you know that is bolted to the when it's bolted on, that's bolted to the swing arm right through the spindle, so it's not getting any suspension action, it's not getting any relief from bumps, so that's going to get quite battered, and in, I think, you know, flexibility and strength. So I've put these wire edges along. I've also popped a little hood thing on, which looks quite smart. At the moment this is ugly as sin. All I've been careful to make sure is that each weld's good, it's good and strong, it's penetrated right through. It was buckling as I was doing it, so I've kind of been straightening it as I go, and now it is pretty bang on. I'm quite happy with it, but as you can see, it's now pitcho darko. It's about 10:30, and that's enough one night. This is just now about, I don't know, probably half an hour or so of lapping with the old wheel to get all this extra off. Just grind it all back and dress it, just get it all shone up, get all the excess weld off, and then see where I am then. It may need some more. I'm going to bolt it on the bike as well, test fit, dry fit, and see what it looks like, and then go from there. But that's it for tonight. I can't do any more now. The grinding's fine, but it's really noisy, and I've got lovely neighbours, and I get on with them, so I'm not going to upset them. That's enough for 10:30 at night. So I'm going to leave that now. Let's cool off nicely on its own. It'll be a case of tomorrow now when I get back from work. Be about 6 PM, so I can start grinding on that, make a bit of noise and fuss and sparks, and see if I can make it look half decent, unlike now. Okay, thanks ever so much for watching. That's episode 2. Thanks for watching Delboy's Garage. See you next time. Take care.